What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason and Joe here, 1973 Deep Dive Week, rolling on. If you haven't seen them yet, check out our Albums of the Year videos. We each have separate videos where we give you our top 25 favorite albums of 1973. Now we're going to talk about our favorite songs. I'm going to go first. A lot of these coming from albums in my top 25. A good handful of songs coming from outside of that list as well. Number 25, this was in my albums list. Spoiler if you haven't seen it. My Old School from Steely Dan. Really cool groove, great song. Lyrics and singing from Fagan are excellent, but it's really on this list for the solo. Jeff Skunk Baxter, one of his greatest solos. Excellent playing. Number 24, I've got Lines on My Face by Frampton's Camel. I was really impressed with this whole album. 4 stars. I think Frampton's very underrated as a guitarist. I think he's up there among the great British guitarists of the 60s and 70s. Some amazing playing on this track. His tone is remarkable. Just a really cool song with some jazzy chord changes as well. And I think later on in the 70s, there was quite a bit of pushback for how big he got and, you know, some of his ballady type pop songs, but he's the real deal. He can really play. Number 23, I've got Apple of My Eye by Badfinger. Beautiful Pete Ham tune produced by Chris Thomas, written about the band's departure from Apple Records. He's sort of seeming to say in this song, thanks, love you, Apple, but time to move along. This was their last charting single in the US, but it didn't even make the Billboard Hot 100. It was 102 in the Bubbling Under chart. And then after that, they kind of faded away. Still made some great music after that, though. But number 22, I have Hello Hooray by Alice Cooper. Great Bob Ezrin production. I don't think I even knew that this was a cover until you mentioned it in the albums video. I think it works great as an album opener. Obviously, Hello Hooray. I love the melody, and I think Alice nails the delivery. The way he sings I so hard when he sings I just wanted to sing you my song is just super theatrical, but still really rocks. Number 21, I've got Photograph by Ringo Starr. Early Ringo was the most successful solo Beatle, and I think it's because he had some great songs like this one, co-written with George, produced by Richard Perry, who produced a lot of stuff, but famously did Nielsen Schmulsen. Number 20, I've got another former Beatle. I've got Mind Games, John Lennon, David Spinoza on guitar, Jim Keltner on drums. He started working on this song back in '69 as a song called Make Love Not War. This one was recorded during his Lost Weekend period where he was separated from Yoko. Some great mellotron on this track from Ken Asher. It has that kind of all you need is love, positivity, peace and love type of theme, but it feels a little wearier, like the world has kind of beating him down a little, but it's a great song. Number 19, I've got Stratus by Billy Cobham. Leland Sklar laying down just an iconic bass line and some of the best guitar playing of the year from Tommy Bolin. Just insane musicianship from all involved. I think the whole record's awesome. I really wanted to get it onto my top 25, just couldn't quite get it there. Number 18, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo, Rick Derringer. One of the best classic rock radio staples that there is. Just incredible groove, endless riffage. Every lick is just like an all-time earworm, catchy guitar lick. The energy throughout the track's incredible. I just think it's great. Number 17, I've got Sad Songs and Waltzes by Willie Nelson. Another one that just missed my albums list. Just classic country songwriting style that I love so much. A brilliant lyrical twist. That kind of like, I'm writing this song all about you. I'm going to tell everybody how poorly you treated me. And then he kind of tags it with that lucky for you, Sad Songs and Waltzes aren't selling this year. 16, Broken Hearted Blues by T-Rex. Mark Bolan, not really known for any kind of emotionality, but that's, I think, what makes him really great. It's always kind of there under the surface of what he's doing, his kind of strutting around and peacocking, but I think under the surface, there's a deep well of emotion, and I think it comes to the surface a little more on this track than it does on most T-Rex tunes. Number 15, I've got My Love by Paul McCartney and Wings. I think it's one of the best love songs ever. Simple, beautiful, and it has one of my all-time favorite guitar solos from Henry McCulloch. Probably a top 10 solo for me. It practically invents the power ballad with his playing on this track. Number 14, I've got Please Don't Stay by Marvin Gaye. I had Let's Get It On my original songs of the year list because of the Billboard requirement. But now that I'm free of that, this is the track from that album that I really love the most. Just a masterclass of soulful R&B vocals. The rhythm section is just on fire as well. Number 13, I've got Bluebird is Dead by ELO from On the Third Day. I went back to see what track I had from this album on my original ELO top 10 songs, and I was kind of shocked to see that I put this number 1 during ELO week as my favorite ELO song. I don't know that that is true or would be the case anymore, but I do really love this song. The staccato strings in the chorus pairing with Jeff Lynne's falsetto, I think, is amazing. The reverse guitar effect on the solo is really cool. You know, ELO is always very Beatle-y, but this is like an extreme case of like their most Beatlesque type of song. Number 12, I've got Gray Seal by Elton John, one of Dee Murray's best showcases, one of my favorite bassists of all time. Elton's melody is really strong. There's great piano work. I love that kind of, there's this little interlude after the chorus that kind of creates this tension before they explode back into the verse that I think is really cool. Number 11, I've got My Only Son by Duncan Brown. Lovely nylon string guitar, beautiful vocal performance. And that's really all the song is, just really simple, beautiful. I don't entirely even understand the lyrics or what he's saying, but they just kind of still hit you in an emotional, meaningful way anyways. Number 10, I've got Doolin Dalton by the Eagles. I think it's the most underrated Eagles song. Great to open that album, the Western themes coming through. Phenomenal harmony singing, one of the things that they were best at. It's kind of a mid-tempo ballad, but it also has like this rock and roll swagger to it as well. Number 9, I've got Sometimes I Don't Know What to Feel by Todd Rundgren. It's like one of the most straightforward songs on A Wizard, a True Star, but the groove of it's like this slightly off-kilter R&B feel. It's a little bit strange, but just a stunning vocal performance. The lyrics, you know, about being lost and confused, scared, unsure, just really great. Number 8, Golden Lady by Stevie Wonder. As many good songs as there are on Intervisions, you know, I'm not sure that that record makes my top 25 of the year without Golden Lady. I love the chorus melody and the synth lines that like swirl in around the vocals. Just really incredible mood, textures, so much cool synth stuff on this track. Number 7, I've got Only With You by the Beach Boys. Great track from Dennis, very underrated as both a songwriter and a singer. And I think he just like came on stronger and stronger throughout the 70s. Yeah, this was my number 4 Beach Boys song during Beach Boys week. I really, really love it. Number 6, I've got Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, a killer riff, Ozzy just crushing it. And then it suddenly like dips into this jazzy section with these like Latin type rhythms. He goes in and out of that a few times. And then you get this other new riff that's just crushingly heavy, just keeps coming at you with new ideas, and every single idea is awesome. Number 5, I've got Heartbreaker, do 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 do, or is it the other way around? It might be do 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 do, Heartbreaker. I talked about this one a bunch on the channel recently. It's my favorite Stone song. This just maximalist approach, so busy, so much going on with like the clav sound and the wah guitar and horns, and it's just incredible that they pull it off and nothing's really stepping on anything else. Number 4, I've got The Ballad of Mott the Hoople. This is kind of like Ian's love letter to the band and to the fans, a document of rock and roll and what it is to suddenly become famous. I think it's a really unique song and a unique point of view that you don't hear too often in a rock song. Number 3, I've got The Rain Song by Led Zeppelin, just a gorgeous song. That unique tuning brings out all these amazing parts and interesting harmony in the guitar. Plus, you get that incredible mellotron performance from John Paul Jones. Great vocals too, but Robert Plant leaves so much space for the track to just wash over you. He doesn't sing all over it all the time. There's tons of like long instrumental sections. Number 2, I've got I Hope That I Don't Fall in Love with You by Tom Waits. Beautiful song, very clever, smart writing, saying one thing while you, the listener, are able to realize that he means the opposite. So yeah, very good writing. Number 1, though, still My winner was my Song of the Year. In the original Songs of the Year series, I've got Band on the Run, just an epic song. To this point in his solo career, he had been mostly, making these kind of like homespun domestic bliss type of records, very content. And there's a certain charm to those, but this just goes way beyond that. It's like this big 3-part medley, hooks for days, just ear candy at every turn. It's a song that I wish I could hear again for the first time, or at least remember the first time I heard it, because I can't even say that I recall hearing it for the first time. It's just kind of a song that's always been around, but it's just such a thrilling roller coaster of a track. There's so many surprises, and yeah, I think it's great.
It's a good list. Good list. A lot of same artists, maybe not necessarily the same songs for all of these, but we have a couple in common. It's a great year. Maybe a couple surprising omissions from you, but you usually have those with songs. We never really match up that well. Usually on the same, we like the same albums, but for completely different reasons. It's always really weird.
Well, I'm interested to see what you have, so people will have to check back for your video. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Let us know what you think of my list, what your favorite songs are of the year. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one.